Okay, here we go. Uh, I tried to make a few attempts at this video, but I mean, I don't think I conveyed the right sense of like immediacy and like uh respect deserving of this subject matter. Um, this looks good, right? I look good. Anyways, um, so the Shaggy Dog story. The Shaggy Dog story. One of my favorite parts of comedy. Um, it really it really starts with a man called Randus Adolf, and Adolf. He was a metaphysician. He was a philosopher. He was an alchemist. If you haven't, you need to look into alchemy. Okay, you go on TikTok, search alchemy videos, watch it all, watch all of the content on there, and if you do that, guess what? You're in my good boy list. You're getting the gold content. You're getting gold content. Uh, yeah, just email me. I'll send you like cool stuff like potted plants from my garden, um from the farm too, um like just cool stuff I find. Like I think it's really like I've tried a lot of the stuff in there. It works halfway. I got like gold almost once, from lead or whatever. um I got sick a little bit, but you know, it's all in the procedure. It's all I got it wrong. Okay, I mixed a bad concoction, um and I used worm's tongue instead of frog toad brains, which was a grave mistake at the time. And I'm really suffering for it now because I can't sleep well. Uh, you know, okay. So, Randus Adolf, born 1805. A lot of shit was going on in 1805. You know, Napoleonic Wars and all that. And Randus Adolf, he was a really cool, as I said, he was a Frenchman actually. Randus Adolf, born in Sudan, not Sudan, not in Africa. He's not an African Frenchman, if there is such a thing. He is he is French, okay. And Randus Adolf, when he was born in France, but he went to he went to America, um and this was um this wasn't out of his own volition. He was so important as an alchemist, as a metaphysician. The U.S. government wanted him. They wrote him a letter and they said, Randus Adolf, you know, you've been doing all these great deeds in France, helping Frenchmen, you know, your kindred, helping them do great things, making all this like gold and stuff, and like expelling like demons. And we want that for us in the United States, because there's a lot of Indian burial grounds and we're having a lot of troubles with that. So you better like get your ass over here. We'll give you what you want. And what did Randus Adolf want? He wanted land. He wanted land. No one really knows why Randus Adolf wanted all this land, but he wanted it, and he wanted lots of land. About 100,000 acres worth of land. Sorry. And when he got this, uh, he started his work. Uh, Refineries. Some say that's what he wanted, because he talked to the ether creatures, like the slugs and whatever weird ether things are in there, and they said oil, Oil's gonna be the next big thing. Abiotic. It's not organic. Don't listen to those fucking idiots about organic oil. It's not true. It's abiotic. Find it on Mars. You find it on Jupiter. That's how all the space aliens get their shit. They're fucking. It's retarded. Don't listen to fucking science. Okay. Um. Anyways, so that was in the future though, for Randus Adolf. But right now, he wanted that land. He got that land, and so he started making big deals. He was a big deal, but he made like big deals in the way of like business. Um, and he got on like to stocks and that sort of thing, and being an alchemist helps with that. And he acquired a lot of these stocks, and he made them rich. Okay, rich as in like um you know like who's rich, like Whoopi Goldberg rich, or like um who's rich, or like Ford, Henry Ford rich. He was kind of like Henry Ford, Randus Adolf, but Whoopi Goldberg, uh she's actually a great admirer of Randus Adolf, but you don't know, because I mean you're not in the circles I am. Being an alchemist, you get in like a lot of these wacky circles, and you get to like meet all these like cool, interesting people. She's a freak. Okay, don't you don't want to be around her. Um, but Randus Adolf, he's making these big business deals, and he gets into contact with the bigwigs in New England, and the WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, and they're like the rulers of the country at this point. It changes over. Don't ask me who gets power in the end, but Randus out of making all these business acquisitions, and he gets in contact with these the wasps, and he's making all these big business deals. He's getting places, and the big wigs, they take notice of that. Randus Adolf was making deals with the Mexicans, which is a big deal at that time, because they don't like fucking gringos. Okay, if you go down there, you better watch your back if you're white. Okay, let's be honest. They have Colombian neckties. They'll fucking gut you. Okay, like I was down there for a bit. I had to watch my fucking back. I'm a fucking alchemist. I'm a wizard at art too. I'm trained in like level 7 kendo, level 8 kwai tundo, my specialty, and a lot of other martial arts, which are really cool and really work. But these guys, you don't want to mess with them. Like a bullet will just fill you with bullets, man. And you ain't doing much kung fu when you're riddled with bullets, unless you're like me, and you can deflect them. But you're not like me, so we're not gonna get down into that little path there. But Randus Adolf, he makes the deal with the Mexicans. It all goes well, and the bigwigs in New England, they recognize him. They're like, Randus Adolf, this big metaphysician coming over from France. He's cultured, he's well educated, he's interesting, he has all this land, he has all these stocks. We want to make business with him. We want to make business. And so Randus Adolf, he realized like he can't just like waltz in the room with the wasps. Like these guys own the country. These guys are the shit. And if he does that, he's gonna get fucked. They're gonna laugh him out of the room. They're gonna do a horrible thing to him, because fundamentally he's French, and his name is strange, Randus Adolf. Like, I like it. It's a cool name. Randus Adolf is a cool name. But to a guy like Michael, um like George Salem, Bostonian, he's not gonna like Randus Adolf, this highly cultured French aristocrat who born in Sudan. He has all these cool French ideas coming in. Oh, he's like, oh, fricassee, this, that, and the other, and these guys don't get that. I mean, they do, but they don't. They don't. I'm sorry, they don't. The Americans do not get that. And poor Randus Adolf, he has to come up with strategies to deal with these the bigwigs in New England. And he tested this out, the official Shaggy Dog story, and it worked. I mean, the Mexicans fucking ate it up. They thought it was the shit. Like, they heard this Shaggy Dog story, and they literally started crying. Okay, and it's really hard to get a Mexican person to cry. I mean, you can try it yourself. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's really hard. But he did it. Randus Adolf did it, and he did it well. He got these Mexicans fucking bawling their eyes out, like they just saw like the end of their favorite I don't know, show. I don't know what Mexicans watch. Whatever, some horse shit or Breaking Bad or something. Anyways, okay. He does this. Randus Adolf does this. And he feels the confidence. He feels the je ne sais quoi, the fleur fombre. He has the French, the soul of the aristocrat is reignited in Randus Adolf, and he feels this fervor. He has the fleur de lis in his heart. He knows what is right. He knows what is good. He's a Frenchman. He's a philosopher. He's a metaphysician, and most of all, he is an alchemist. He knows how to make gold from lead, okay? Or whatever. So, knowing that, he goes into the room with the bigwigs, and before he does that, he has to know the etiquette of the bigwig, which they have big wigs. That's the thing. That's the key that not a lot of people know. They just think it's a metaphorical thing or expression. No, they had really large wigs, even in 1868. Some people think it went out of style in like 1790s or some shit. No, it stayed with the New Englanders. They kept the heritage of the big wig. That's why they're called that. Big wigs. They got tremendously large, like feet in the air. These glorious, beautiful, intricate wigs. I mean, they had bow ties. They had all these intricate little things in there. All these little things crawling around. It was really cool. I mean, you should have been there. You should have been there in 1867. But as I was saying, what was I saying? Something stupid. Something about bigwigs. Also, they when you go into a meeting with New Englanders, they have a real charm to them in terms of like what they smoke. They do not smoke stogies. You don't go into a New Englander's office and offer him a stogie, like a backwoods. You offer him a good Cuban, a long Cuban, really obnoxiously large Cuban, and they get off at this stuff. I mean, when you go into a meeting, I mean, it's like it's a symbol to them. It's symbolic. It's mind molecular warfare going on, like from one New Englander to the next, like they're like little bugs. if they see like this big phallic fucking brown thing coming out of their mouth, they go insane. They're like, oh, this guy's the shit. He's smoking this tar. He has these stogies. So, they have that business etiquette. Big wigs for one. Second of all, they have the phallic looking cigars. So Randus Adolf walks in the room with a 5-footer wig. This thing's fucking massive. This thing is taking up the height of the room, basically. And he has this gigantic cigar. It's this beautiful, beautiful woven Cuban, which is just glorious. It's proliferating all the smoke in the room. So he walks in and it's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere, the smoke. And these fucking bigwigs, they lose their mind. They don't know what's going on. They think it's a fire going on. But no, it's Randus Adolf walking in the room with his prestige attached to his body. Like the French are coming back in style. The Americans had it. They stole it after the revolution. Their fervor. The French are coming back in the Victorian age with their top hats and and all that stuff, and their mustaches and all that. So Randus Adolf, he comes in, largest wig in New England, largest, biggest cigar, and he greets them with such charm, with such French delicacy, that they're profoundly interested. They thought this Randus Adolf guy would just be some hick from the boonies, like the French countryside. But this guy, okay, let's turn this off, or maybe two. They thought this Randus Adolf guy would just be this fucking hick from the middle of nowhere, but he's a French aristocrat, a Bourbon aristocrat, essentially. The meanest, most eloquent, most mannerful person, most respectable, most nice guy you can meet. And so he gets in the meeting, he does all this charm, and he starts the Shagy dog story. And the Shagy dog story is literally a Shagy dog story. It's about his dog, Shagy. And Shagy was a labradoodle. And Shagy was a really smart dog. And this is a tearjerker. And these New Englanders melt. They melt because this is such a beautiful, heartwarming story about love, about dedication to a dog, and this dog just wanting to come home and have a bowl of milk by his side, and just wanting to see his owner, his French owner, Randus Adolf, just hugging him. And it's so beautiful because it's like every other story, because it's so good. And they get bawled. They get bawling. They roll on the ground. Like it's outrageous how you think these people are aristocrats, these fucking Gilded Ages, like high and mighty guys, big wigs. No, they're children at heart. When they hear a Shagy dog story, they start bawling. They start going insane. And it makes me think about my life, and all the things in it. And it reminds me of a rose. When you get pricked by a rose, everyone's got pricked once, at least by a rose. My first time getting pricked by a rose, it really hurt, man. Like it really hurts. Just like the Shagy dog story. But when you look at the rose in its totality and its total form, you just see this like big red thing, and you're like, wow, that's fucking beautiful. Like this big red thing that has like spikes coming off it. You think like it's just fucking cool. Like it's almost like a medieval weapon, with the spikes or whatever. And you could fucking kill someone. Like I could lash myself in the throat right now and kill myself with a rose if I wanted to. I could prick someone with a rose real bad. I could prick you with a rose real bad. Um, and it's like the Shaggy dog story. It's like at heart, it's like the Shaggy dog story. I just wanted to convey that um Shaggy dog story. So yeah, I mean that was Randus Adolf and the Shaggy dog. Um, as a poet, as a thinker, I really as an artist, as a storyteller, I really I really can't help but appreciate the Shaggy dog story because I got the same reaction. I got people bawling, like grown men um bawling like babies because they hear this emotional story about Randus Adolf and his dog Shaggy. Um, and I just want you to reflect on what that really means in the grand scheme of things, or something like that. I don't know. There's probably some knowledge. I just needed to tell it because the Shaggy dog story is really really something. So I'm gonna leave it here. Stay warm, eat your vitamins. Yeah. Um, stay healthy, man. Don't die out there. Okay, it's a real fucked up world. There's a lot of ways to die. Okay, so stay safe. Okay, bye.